Just picture yourself there. You come back home after a long day at school, which was like hell. You had like a group project and then like you got a pretty bad grade from it. Your parents aren't gonna be too happy. So, how do you cope with this? Do you decide to read a book? Do you decide to take a little walk outside? Oh, you decide to get on your phone and then scroll for hours and hours on Instagram. And this gets us to my first reason of why I quit Instagram for good. It is quite literally designed to waste hours of your time. It basically messes with our dopamine receptors. Novelty triggers the release of dopamine, so like seeing a new post on Instagram can release dopamine. So like if you can do something as easy as scrolling to like just get that amount of dopamine in, it can become addictive. Another reason I quit Instagram was because of politics. Maybe like once or twice every year there'd be like a new trend on Instagram. Like just make a trend about some political conflict or tragedy, and it's just like why use Instagram to discuss this? Isn't there like any kind of better way to do this? Considering social media can be very prone to misinformation. Also, like whenever a political conflict is trending, it will show up in your Explorer feed, and if you don't want to see it at all, you have no choice. You pretty much have to see it, because no matter how many times you click the three dots and then select not interested, these posts will keep coming up for the next couple of months, basically. So yeah, it sucks. I feel like I'm almost forced to like just join into the political conversation, and that's just really annoying. And I think I would actually be able to understand like all this if it weren't for like how stupid the activism pages are. I think the main problem with a lot of these infographics is that they get way too specific, and they say like the most specific problems ever. Like they could, for instance, be saying white supremacy in the trucking industry. Who's gonna need to listen to an infographic about that kind of subject? It's gonna be like 0.5% of the population, if that. I also feel that these kinds of infographics treat people not as individuals, but like as members of their race, which is kind of weird. Also, like most of the information on these infographics can be debunked within like 1 minute via a Google search. Also, it may or may not piss off some people that they won't be considered woke if they hang up an American flag or an Israeli flag or a Ukrainian flag, but I digress. And the last problem I have with it is immodesty. It's a value I see heavily promoted on there, and like at this point it's just softcore porn. I think this is really like the last nail in the coffin, what drove me to actually quit Instagram. But you know, in the end, I do want to give a thank you to Instagram. I've spent almost 5 years on it, and September 17th will mark 5 years of me being on Instagram. Well, it would be if I didn't delete my Instagram account, but you get it. Anyways, I'd like to thank Instagram because thanks to it, I've learned that social media is really not something that teenagers should be using, and it's detrimental to society. I'd like to give further thanks to Instagram because when I deleted it, it also made me delete all the other bad social media platforms I was using, so I'm grateful for that. Anyways, enjoy your day, people, and bye.